Good morning, Metalheads. Good morning from a very Christmassy Marauding Metalheads HQ. I mean, check it out. Look at the bloody tree. How cool is that? Yeah, we're only a couple of weeks away from Christmas, and it's all getting very festive at Marauding Metalheads HQ. But yeah, welcome back to the channel, and I thought I needed to do a video. Firstly, I'm going to apologise for the lack of the weekly heavy metal show. I did a couple, but it turned out that my circumstances changed quite significantly just after I started doing them. And unfortunately, they take hours to produce, and I just have not got the time anymore to do them. So I've had to put them on the back burner for now. There'll still be plenty of content going forward from Marauding Metalheads TV. We're still going to do gig stuff. I'm still going to do some quirky little videos, and I've got plans to do other videos. But yeah, unfortunately, I can't do the weekly stuff at the minute. I mean, it literally just takes so long to produce them, and I've got other stuff on in my life at the moment. So this video, well, I need to do this video. I'm going to take you back now a few weeks, probably more, 4 or 5 weeks. So I about 5 or 6 weeks ago, it was in October, the Almighty posted on their Facebook page about Floyd London, the bass player, and the fact that Floyd had been clear of leukemia for 15 years. Now, as some of you may or may not know, my good lady wife herself, the other half of the Marauding Metalheads, also suffered from leukemia at the very same time. And I remember Lindsay having chemotherapy and sat in the hospital and scrolling through the old phone as you do, and I was like, oh my word, Floyd London out of leukemia, Floyd London out of the Almighty has also got leukemia. And I was like, oh my word, that's awful. You know, I said, well, you've got to get through it. I said, you've got to get through it because we need to go and see the Almighty again. And Floyd's got to get through it because they've got to stop falling out, get back together as a band, and we need to go and see the Almighty again. And the Almighty had posted this on their Facebook page, as I said, and I put words to that effect onto their Facebook page. I replied to it saying, oh, like my wife had it at the same time, you need to get through it, blah. Well, the man himself, Floyd London, seen this comment and messaged me directly. And as you well know, the Almighty, being one of my favourite bands of all time, and Wolfsbane also being probably my idols, my heroes, were touring with them. And we'd already got tickets. But Floyd messaged me and offered me and Lindsay to be on his guest list, his personal guest list at Nottingham Rock City gig, which was unbelievable. We were so pleased, so thankful, so grateful. And then me and Floyd started chatting, we exchanged numbers, started chatting via text, blah, 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 talking about the leukemia, etc. And he said, I can't wait to meet you. So just before the big day itself, I think it was the Friday before the Sunday of the gig at Rock City, he messaged me and said, right, just turn up as early as you can, we'll go out for lunch. So I was like, fantastic. We'll get there for sort of 12, 1 o'clock, and we'll go out. So I was like, this is surreal. So he's one of my idols, you know. And so we did. And then anyway, it gets to the Friday. Oh, sorry, the Saturday morning, Lindsay said, oh my word, I tell a lie. This messaging was the Thursday. On the Friday, Lindsay said, I feel really ill, really, really ill. And she was a mess. She had a terrible flu-like symptoms. I believe it was probably COVID. She was so ill, bless her. She was shaking, raging temperatures. I'm like, oh my word, we've got the big day tomorrow. What is going to happen there? She goes, well, I'll be all right, I'll be okay. So we went to bed. Well, I didn't. I actually slept in a separate room to Lindsay. I wasn't catching it. I gets up in the morning, praying that Lindsay was going to be okay. I goes into the bedroom, and Lindsay is even worse. She is so ill, bless her. So clearly, it wasn't going to happen. It's like, oh, because I can't. I mean, she couldn't go. She was a mess. And obviously, we know Jace from Wolfsbane, and obviously Jace has got cancer himself. And the last thing we needed to do was go and spread that around the band, especially with the tour and everything. So, it's like, well, this is devastating. So I messaged Floyd, explained it, and he was gutted, bless him. But he said, look, you could please, still come. Still come. So I felt like a bit of a fraud because really it was Lindsay's day. He said, no. He said, come over. He said, we could do a video message for Lindsay. So reluctantly, I did. I still went to the gig. Got there for 1 o'clock. Had a quick pint. And came out of the pub and Ricky Warwick come running past me. He was out on his morning or afternoon run. Said hello to him, explained that I'm on Floyd's guest list. And he went, yeah, come round. So, yeah, and Floyd came out, collected me, greeted me. He was an absolutely fantastic guy, lovely fella. Took me into the bowels of Rock City, into the green room, and I spent an hour or so in the green room. Just sat down, chatting, drinking coffee, and chatting to Ricky Warwick and Floyd London. Just about random stuff. It was surreal. These are my heroes, the Almighty, one of my favourite bands of all time. Been into them since '89. I'm like, but here we were, just chatting like we were best mates, just sat in the green room. I'm like, wow, this is just crazy. Anyway, at that point, the tour manager came in. He said, right, guys, we're ready for you. We need to do a sound check. He said, right, great. He said, Shay, you come in? I was like, yeah. So I goes up, and there I was, sat in an empty Rock City, watching the Almighty sound check. It was unbelievable. The Almighty then had to go and do some media stuff for an hour or so. So I was left literally with access all areas, just wandering around. I was talking to the crew. They were explaining how it all works to me. Popped outside, had a fag with the lads, just chatting. They were telling me about the tours that they'd done, and it was just a really good, nice experience. It was so good. It turned out then, I did wonder where Wolfsbane were. I thought, where are the boys from Wolfsbane? Because obviously I know some of the lads out of Wolfsbane. And it turned out that they'd broken down. They'd had a puncture on the M1 and they were running really late. I think they should have been sound checking at 4. And at sort of 3 o'clock time, the crew was saying that they're literally not going to be here till sort of 5 o'clock. And they've got a sound check and they're on at 6:30. So they were panicking a little bit. Anyway, Wolfsbane turned up. So it was all hands on deck. So I helped unload the Wolfsbane van, helped Lynn get the merch ready, stood on the stage chatting to Blaze, chatted to the rest of the lads, just helped set up really, which was really cool. It was nice to get that experience. Believe it or not, I think it was 1990. Yeah, it would have been about 1991. They were playing a couple of gigs. I think they played the Rat Hole in Tamworth. And I was friendly with a guy at the time who knew Wolfsbane. And that was the last time I actually helped with the gear that day as well, to help fetch and carry for them. But yeah, it was nice to chat to Jeff and Blaze, Jace obviously. But yeah, so we got them all set up. Stood there and watched their sound check. Then bumped into Floyd. Came back for me. Went back down into the bowels. Had a coffee. I think I had a beer at that point as well. Yeah, and then they were getting ready for the gig then, and I was just knocking about, wandering around in the bowels of the Rock City, watching it all going on. It was lovely to see how all the prep goes and how they sort themselves out and how they get warmed up. And it's just like, they just treated me like gold. I was like I was almost a member of the band. It was surreal. Gig Gig time, they did offer to let me stand side the stage, but do you know what? I didn't want to. I was quite happy, sat in the crowd with everybody else and just take it all in, because the day at that point had been so surreal. I should mention at this point as well that Floyd, we did do the video call to Lindsay, but she was in bed really ill and she couldn't talk. So what Floyd did was record her a lovely video, which I'm not going to post on there because it's quite private. Yeah, so, but yeah, he made us feel like royalty. And I'll also just give a shout out as well to Ricky Warwick, because Ricky Warwick, what a fucking great guy Ricky Warwick is, by the way. He was fucking, what a smashing bloke. And the rest of them, Stump, Tantrum, great guys. I had a chat with Stump, and we was laughing because Stump actually looks like my dad. He's spitting an image of my late dad, and I showed him a photo and he was laughing, and Ricky Warwick said, fucking hell, he does look like your fucking dad. But all this to me was just like, I'm just chatting casually to some of the bands that's sort of one of the most influential bands on me. So it's just like surreal. Anyway, gig was fucking fantastic. Absolutely amazing. I'll put some footage up here now. Yeah, so that was Wolfsbane smashing the place up. The Rock City, by the way, was absolutely packed. It was packed to the rafter. The atmosphere was incredible. And when Wolfsbane were on, Wolfsbane absolutely tore the place apart. Honestly, I've never seen, or it's been a long time since I've seen pits like that for a Wolfsbane gig. It was amazing. Wolfsbane are fucking brilliant live. If you've never seen Wolfsbane live, right, get out and see them. Trust me. And there's plenty of gigs. Wolfsbane are doing plenty of gigs coming up. You will not be disappointed. I had Almighty fans coming up to me who had never seen Wolfsbane before, and they're going like, fuck me, they're good live. I thought, yeah, they are. They always have been. Always will be. You know, Blaze as a front man, for me, he is number one. Whatever's gone by with Iron Maiden and everything, there is no denying that Blaze Bayley is the perfect front man. He is absolutely fantastic. He had the crowd, as he always does, in the palm of his hand. He was fucking brilliant. Yeah, so Wolfsbane finished. Went and got myself a beer. By the time I got myself a beer, and this doesn't happen very often, I literally couldn't get anywhere near the front for the Almighty. He was absolutely fucking rammed. It was like sardines, like everywhere you went, near the toilets, anywhere. Unbelievable. Which is testament to the band, because they are fucking two great bands. And then the Almighty came on. And yeah, here's some footage. Yeah, they were incredible. The Almighty, oh my God, what the set list as well for me. I mean, I couldn't have chosen a better set list. Honestly, the set list was fucking amazing. They tore the roof off the place. It was absolutely incredible gig. They're on fire, honestly. Yeah, I just I don't know what to say really. They were so good. After the gig, I got Floyd asked me to wait after the gig by the stage door, and he came and collected me, and they were doing then. There was quite a few VIP experiences on. Greet and meet and greets. There was quite a few meet and greets on. So I went in that room where they were doing the meet and greets, and it was fantastic to see. You know, clearly fans who had never met them before were getting sort of quite emotional by meeting them. They were doing autographs and, you know, photos. And it was lovely to see, because I'd never seen that before. It was just like, and it was nice to see. And the band were brilliant with them. Absolutely fantastic. I went out and had a smoke with Stump. Chatted to him. Had a chat with the rest of them, and I as they were doing the meet and greets, I stood and had a chat with Ricky Warwick, and he was saying just how much he really enjoys doing the meet and greets these days. He said they didn't used to do them back in the past, but he said but now they do, and they don't charge anything extra either, by the way. But yeah, he was brilliant. So yeah, it was really good. I had another chat obviously with Floyd. And then Ricky disappeared off because he wanted to watch The Voice, which I thought was a bit mad. Yeah, and the crew were busy getting packed up, ready to travel to Glasgow for the Glasgow gig. So yeah, and then that was it really. Said me goodbyes. So thankful to the rest of the band. I've just chatted to them all. It was brilliant. I can't get my head around what a sort of day it was for me. It was incredible. But here's the good thing. The best thing is, Lindsay should have been there. And unfortunately, obviously, as I said earlier, Lindsay couldn't make it. But Floyd's already promised us that the next time they tour, he's going to repeat. He's going to give us a guest list again. So Lindsay can come this time. Or come next time. But yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. And I want to say, if any of the band are watching, any of the Wolfsbane lads are watching, any of the Almighty lads are watching, Floyd, thank you so much. We really appreciated the offer, and I really appreciate how every single one of you on that day, and your crew, the bands, They treated me like gold, and you was all so kind, and I'm so thankful. Heavy metal's been my lifelong passion, and you know, to be able to get to experience what I dreamt to do in all my life. I've always dreamt to being the rock star, you know, and but to actually witness how it all happens was one of the greatest experiences of my life. And yeah, to say I've been on a high since is an understatement, to be honest with you. So yeah, a massive thank you to Floyd, the rest of the Almighty, to all the boys from Wolfsbane, the crews who were so kind, every single one of you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's a little bit different. I have got another video planned to come up soon, probably next week or so. But until then, obviously, subscribe. Please subscribe. Let's keep building the channel. Like this video. Leave your comments below. If you ever had a VIP experience like that, you know, tell me about your experiences and what it meant to you. Because for me, it was just life-changing stuff. So yeah, brilliant. Thanks ever so much for watching. Remember, as always, keep watching, keep it rocking, keep it fucking real.